We need to treat recessed lights like they are a light fixture. And then you get better quality. Now, if lights don't mean anything to you, I don't know what to do with you. If you got a bid and it said toilet, would you just leave it at that? Would you say, okay, you pick the toilet, you pick the color, you pick the size, you pick the height? No. So be specific. We need to treat recessed lights like they are a light fixture. And then you get better quality. I've been working with the subscriber on her lighting bid. Now here's the plan that goes with this house. You can see an electrician's handiwork. He's got it color coded. He's got the pendants, how it's going to be switched. That's these wires you see here, these lines you see here, and all of the fixtures. We did a new plan. When you start a project and you have a bid for the entire job, whether you're doing new construction or a remodel, there's a lot of stuff in there. All kinds of technical mumbo jumbo. I don't even understand, and I do this for a living. We tend to gloss over the electrical part of the bid. We see it, we go, holy crap, I can't believe electricity costs that much in this day and age. Most of them are not detailed enough to make sure that you're getting what you want. So when you have a bid or when you're negotiating a contract, take the time to look at the lighting. It's a big part of the budget, so you should know what you're getting. When the electrician is generating the bid, they want your work. They want the contractor's work. So they're going to bid out a reasonably priced fixture. Sometimes that fixture is going to be really reasonably priced. So it's going to be garbage, but it's going to meet the requirements. 6 pot lights is 6 pot lights if that's all you ask for. So when you get a bid, it should be specific. If I got a bid and it said flooring, what's the price? What's the specific material that you're getting or the specific product? So most times in lighting bids, that's a negotiation. So you want to pay attention to that, because getting 6 pot lights and getting 6 recessed light fixtures are very different. So if you look at your bid and it has call outs for a certain amount of pot lights or recessed cans per living room or per kitchen or whatever it may be, whichever room it is, what kind of pot lights? Are we talking about wafers? Are we talking about whack or elements? There's a big difference in your expectation. So if you're expecting quality lights and they're throwing up 6 wafer lights that are $30 for the whole lot of them, you're not getting the same quality. So you need to be specific in your bids. They don't all look the same. Some of them are handwritten, some of them are computer generated spreadsheets with lots of details and invoice dates and sign-ins and change orders and all of that. The more details, the better. We know that. Being specific, being clear, having concise communication between you and your contractors about the expectations of your job leads to less frustration for everybody. Now here's the invoice for this job, and you can see the basics broken down. The demolition, any surprises, he's going to bill you extra. He's upgrading the service from 100 amps to 200 amps, adding 3-ways, adding smoke detectors, and then you get to the pot lights, as they're calling them. 110 per pot light, which means each light is $110 to install. That does not say anything about the light that's chosen. Price to change switches and dimmers is $65. So that's for each individual switch. So every time you want to add a dimmer, $65. That's a pretty good price. This is a remodel. So the drawings are off the original house plans and they're a sketch by the electrician. And this electrician did some color coding. He labeled switches, outlets, all that kind of stuff so that the homeowner could see. He also gave her a bid and he gave her the specs on the light he had chosen. These are the lights that the electrician had chosen. And you can see they're a wafer. They're flat, they're a 4-inch LED slim profile retrofit. So that means for remodeling, there is a wire there. There might be a junction box there. So they're going to be used to retrofit it. Now, they were not what we would hope for. They were wafer lights, so they were a little less expensive, but he did give her a lot of the information that we want to get from the electrician. There's going to be all kinds of stuff like HVAC requirements. There's going to be service for different amp service. So for big appliances, 20 and 40, even 60 amp service for pools or for your sprinklers. I come to find out those kinds of things will be outlined in the bid. Also switches and dimmers, removal, demolition in this case. All of those things should be in the bid and being specific. So if they say dimmers, I can get a dimmer at Home Depot for $5, or I can go and buy a Lutron dimmer for a lot more than that. You want to know in that $65 for each dimmer, what kind of dimmer am I getting? Or am I getting it at all? In this particular bid, it's got $110 per pot light, but that does not include the price of the fixture. That's pure installation costs, and that's pretty good. Nationwide, I'm seeing anywhere from $100 to $350 I was getting in New York. That's a good price for labor. When you get your bid, it is not a final contract. This is a negotiation, and you are in charge of the money. So you get to say, if the bid isn't detailed enough, hey, okay, let's add the type, let's add the location, and let's add any other details that you want. When it comes to generating these bids, they generally do a count. They run through your plans, they count how many recessed lights you need, and they generate the price based on that. The problem is, you shouldn't be doing all the same recessed lights in all the locations in your house because you don't have the same needs in every spot. Sometimes you might need a downlight that's directing light directly on the countertop or on a hallway floor or on the bottom of the steps. Sometimes you might need a gimbal to hit the pantry or whatever. Sometimes you might need a spot for artwork. You don't need the same light in every location. You don't need to spend the same money in every location. So you can save money in the laundry room or in the basement or in the garage. So when they give you that bid, it shouldn't be for a generic type of recessed light that's going to go everywhere. I don't want the same light in my bedroom that I have in my garage. I want to spend some money there. All right, let's see what else. So you want to have details in your bid. And if not, take it out and just ask them for a labor cost and go buy the lights yourself. USA Light, Lumens, Lighting New York. There's lots of great websites out there where you can buy in bulk. You can get discounts on great brands like WAC, Halo, Juno, Dolls, Lotus. There's tons of them out there that aren't crap. RAB was another one clients recently used, and I'll forget the others. I'm gonna make a list of some of them. No sponsorship, this is just what I have seen people use that are reasonably priced. I'm creating a list of recessed lights that subscribers and clients have used that are reasonably priced on up to expensive. If you want it, get on my email list. When you're more specific, you don't get overages. When I walked through with the electrician, he drove me crazy. He bounced a ball the whole time, didn't take any notes, but he got everything right. But what he didn't get right, and what most electricians will not do for you because it's not their job, is to point out that every time you say, yeah, I want a can there, yeah, put that there, oh yeah, upgrade that, it costs money. So be specific, what's in the contract? Hey, would you like that there? Is it in the contract? What's it going to cost? What's the upgrade charges? I'm not saying you shouldn't upgrade. I'm just saying you want to be aware, because at the end of my construction, I was over by $7,000. That was a long time ago. These days, I can't imagine what that $7,000 would be. I'm going to find out. I'm not going to find out this time. Don't cheap out on your lighting. It makes all the difference in the fixtures, in the fabric, in the colors of your cabinetry, the countertop. It plays such a big role, and it's a lasting role. While the fabric and the sofa is going to go, the lights are going to stay. And if they're quality, they're going to last for 20 years or more. No chance in hell that that countertop or that sofa is going to make it. When you're building new, it's easier to calculate what the count is going to be. Sometimes when there's renovations, there's always tweaks and there's pipes and there's changes you have to make. But you can have a relatively reasonable amount for what it should cost based on what they're going to charge you for labor, what those fixtures cost, and then you're going to get a better design. When it's time to lay out your lights, you want to look at the function of those lights, because your recessed lights should not all be the same. Your contractor should not be making a bid that says 62 lights or 6 lights, 5 lights, 4 lights. What kind? I might want 3 different kinds of recessed lights in the same room. So make a plan, highlight with different colors, show them the types of recessed lights and where you want them, because you don't have to spend a fortune on all of them. In the laundry room, in the garage, in the basement. I certainly don't want the same quality of recessed light in my kitchen as in my garage. It's not as important. That's a place I can save money. So when you get a blanket number for a particular type of recessed light, it might not suit what you want to do. And you might be able to save in some spaces and splurge in the others. When you make a lighting plan, don't make it generic. Not every recessed light should be the same kind of recessed light. Use the good ones in the kitchen or where it's going to show. There has to be more thought into this. Lighting is that important. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. That's not good because my hair is a mess.